Good morning and welcome to Vlogmas day 2. It's just after 9, so what did you miss this morning? I did a 45-minute yoga flow, which just taught me that I need to focus on my hamstrings more. Where'd you hide those, babe?
What are you looking for, sorry?
The advent calendars.
Oh, up top?
Oh yeah. So I did that yoga flow, which taught me I really need to focus on my hamstrings and stretch them. If it's not too early, take a shot. I don't know when and where that started, that whenever the pantry was open, I instructed you to take a shot, but maybe a ginger shot. We did those this morning. They burned. I had a bath, which was so lovely. I don't know if you're a bath person, but yours truly really is, and it was so nice, so nice. And then came downstairs to realize that Thomas had eaten not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 candy canes, like the little mini ones. So he did not get his advent calendar before he left for school. But guess who didn't eat 4 candy canes? You! And I didn't show you this last night, but we popped Thomas's book one, and it started with a little Cinderella. We didn't read it because we were all tired by the time we did it, but we will. Okay, let's see what is in the Friends one today. Day 2. Ooh, it's a big one. Mine's little Central Perk coasters. Little Central Perk coasters. Oh my gosh, I love them. I think I'm gonna sit on the couch and do some work. And then today's a really exciting day. I am getting a tattoo, which, does that even seem like a surprise at this point? I had booked this one a few months ago, and then a couple days ago I emailed my tattoo artist Kirk and was like, can you fit me in for like a quick 3 others? He's like, no. I have other clients after you, so I'm gonna book those in as well, but I'll try and film a little bit while I'm there today. Oh, something I meant to talk to you about yesterday, but honestly, I was already at like 45 minutes of filming, so I stopped. Yesterday, I released this week's episode of Finding Your Cape, the podcast, and it's an interview with Nicola Salter. She's like an internationally renowned empowerment coach, and she lives in LA. She's from England, and I first met her a few years ago, I think 2019, and we had a wonderful conversation. It's a really great episode to listen to as you're preparing for a new year, and I asked her a question that I want to pose to you. So my question to you is, and this is what I asked Nicola, what would you like to leave in 2021, and what would you like to take with you into 2022? I'll go first, and then I'd like you to let me know down below. What am I leaving in 2021? Any comments ever about anyone else's body. That's what I'm leaving in 2021. I learned so much this year about body positivity and just like body image, just everything in general. Another podcast episode which talks about this at length is an interview I did with Riley McKinley. She is an eating disorder survivor, and now she works with youth and does a lot of mental health work. And we had a really fascinating discussion about bodies, body image, why we don't comment on other women's bodies. Like, we don't say like, oh, you look really skinny, or like, oh, you've lost a lot of weight. We also even talked about why it can be super detrimental to even say that something's flattering. Because what does flattering mean? It just means it makes you look smaller. And why are you supposed to look smaller? Say it with me. The patriarchy. It was a really great conversation, but yeah, I started diving into this much deeper earlier this year in an anthropology class that I took, and we talked about how so many different cultures view women's bodies or people who are born with a uterus body, but also men's bodies, non-binary people's bodies, gender fluid people's bodies. Just human bodies are judged differently depending on a different culture. Like in some cultures, you know, for example, if you're tanned in our Western culture, that usually is like a sign of status, because it means that you can like lay out and relax while other people do your work for you. But in other cultures, if you're tanned, it means that you're lower status because you're out working all the time. And if you're quite pale, that means that you have the luxury of like staying in the shade and staying indoors. And I had literally never thought about it. This is why we're in school, learning about different things. But then it, you know, escalated to like women's size of bodies, skin tones, just fascinating. So that is what I'm leaving in 2021. Like figuring out how to tell my friends that they look nice and they look like an appropriate comment, which I'm still learning how to do, without any sort of body anything. And it's tough because, you know, that we talked about this in the Marathoner Facebook group. Oh, my arm's getting tired. We talked about this in the Marathoner Facebook group because as I was learning about it, I was like, does anybody know about this? And of course, many of you already did. But then some were saying like, if I've worked really hard to lose weight, I like when people notice, you know? And so that's hard too. Anyway, that's what I'm leaving in 2021. What I'm taking into 2022 is boundaries. I might actually like sit down and do a whole either Vlogmas episode about this or podcast episode about this. 2021 taught me boundaries like no other year. Like learning how to set a boundary, I had never done. I had always been very concerned about other people's feelings, other people's needs, other people's priorities, what other people would think about me, always wanting to be nice, always wanting to be amenable, always wanting to be available. And what I learned in 2021 is there's a difference between being a nice person and being kind and being someone who other people take advantage of. And so I just kind of stopped. I mean, I'm still nice, I think. Am I still nice?
Very nice.
I'll thank him later, don't worry. Pay him later. But like, I'm still, you know, I still have friends, I'm still kind, I still have all the things, but I'm not quick to like bend and shape to other people all the time. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
I mean, you've been here so much for me, like learning how to set these boundaries.
Absolutely.
Is there anything that you think I'm not saying, or I'm not like...
No, you've recognized when it's your space to say no, or not to engage when others try to engage you regarding maybe other issues from other people, third-hand information. You're really good at just kind of steering the conversation somewhere else.
Setting boundaries about like topics I'll discuss, or other people's stuff that is like just none of my business. Not like, I'm happy to be a helpful, you know, aunt or sister or friend or daughter or niece or auntie, whatever, but like setting the boundary, like not taking on so much and focusing more on like me, Thomas, the unicorn, that sort of thing. Setting more boundaries with my time. Something else taking into 2022 is just because I'm not doing anything doesn't mean I'm available. That was a big thing that I learned this year and I want to take into next year. Just because I don't have every single second of every day chock or block full doesn't mean that then I'm available to do stuff. Like the time boundaries was another big one for me this year. And I saw that really pay off with school, with my time management with school, Yeah, so finding the balance of like being a supportive human, but not at the risk of my own like sanity or needs. That was a long-winded answer. What is your answer? What are you leaving in 2021? What are you taking into 2022? Should we make that the first giveaway? I think we will. What will today's giveaway be? Let me look at my list. As you can tell, none of this is planned. Stay tuned for the rest of the vlog and I'll tell you what the prize is because I don't have my list here. Do we plan things? No. Do you care? No, you do not. Okay. Welcome to the vlog. I got a few hours of work done and now I'm heading to meet a friend for a very early lunch. It's technically like brunch, I guess. We're meeting at 11 for an early lunch, and then we are getting tattoos. We're actually getting the same one, which, fun fact, I don't know how this has happened. This will be our third matching tattoo. I don't know what to tell you. We are getting the Unilome, which, if you're not familiar with that, I will put the image here so you can see like what the meaning is. But I'm gonna ask her hopefully to film a little bit, and if not, I'll just show you what I can show you. I'm going to see Kirk at Urge 3. I get asked all the time who does my tattoo work, and it's been Kirk almost exclusively for years. Years and years. I've gotten a few others from other artists, but only when I've been going with friends or when my niece and my sister got tattoos a couple years ago because we weren't here. But yeah, so I will bring you along to that. I'm not sure where we're gonna go for lunch. Like I said, it's 11 and it's still warm for December, but a much more appropriate temperature of 9 degrees. So maybe a little walk as well. This is so dark, I'm so sorry. Okay, BRB.
Stage is nicer.
Oh, it looks nice.
Yep, okay.
Such a good friend. Okay, so we are sitting outside, first of all, December 2nd. This has never happened. We're at Gratify. We each got the minestrone, and we're gonna split a Mediterranean and a taco wrap. And of course, the favorite desserts. I just can't believe we're sitting outside. Look at that. Hello. It's been a while since we last chatted. I love my tattoo. I love it so much. The Unilome. I've wanted that tattoo for years, like maybe 5? I don't know. So I'm so excited to take the bandage off when it's appropriate. It was so fast. We were both done in like 45 minutes total. So then I just came home and did a little bit more work. The unicorn and I ran some errands. I picked up, this is really exciting. So one of my favorite YouTubers is High Carb Hannah, and she has a ton of cookbooks, and she had them on 50% off for Black Friday. So I bought 3 because I already had 1, but you can download them to like iBooks or whatever. But I was like, am I gonna use these if they're on my phone? So I took them to UPS, which is where I have my P.O. box, and I got them printed. I just got them printed in black and white because it was infinitely cheaper, but I got them coil bound, and now I can actually like flip through them. So I got this one, which is called Let's Get Saucy, 55 plus mind-blowing sauce recipes. They even put like a nice cover and back on them for me. This is called Real Food Made Simple. This one has 80 plus plant-based recipes, like all kinds of stuff. I just love her channel if you've never checked out her channel. And then this one's called The Cheat Sheet. It has, I don't know how many recipes in it. Like, it's not as nice because it's in black and white, but like low-fat Alfredo. I think we have all those ingredients. I've been feeling very, sweet potato tempura sushi. I've been feeling very uninspired in the kitchen. Quesadillas, cauliflower buffalo wings. Like see, the pictures aren't as good. They're nice in color. Anyway, I highly recommend High Carb Hannah's YouTube channel. But yeah, I've been feeling uninspired cooking wise, to put it mildly. So I thought I'd like to support her, and also maybe this will give me a little bit of inspiration for the new year on some cooking. They're all like simple. I've tried a bunch of her recipes and I've loved all of them. Anyway, tattoo was great. Picked those up, picked up Thomas, took him to autism therapy, got a coffee, and now I think we're just gonna chill, make dinner. I feel like this vlog is already pretty long. If there's anything interesting tonight, I'll show you, but I did promise you that I would pick one of the giveaways. So it's my 10th annual Vlogmas. So this year I'm gonna do 10 giveaways. Instead of doing the 12 days of giveaways, I've decided to do 10, and they're all high in value, if you will. I'm really excited. These have been curated. Some of them are most of them are like my favorite things, or they have to do with my favorite things. And this first one is really exciting. So if you remember at the beginning of this video, I was asking you to tell me what would you leave in 2021 and what do you want to take with you into 2022. Comment down below. And this prize is actually courtesy of the unicorn. Let me see if I can just perch you here on the couch. Oh, I don't even have to hold you. Look at this. Okay, so this is courtesy of the unicorn. We're starting out with a bang. It is this giant Friends Lego set. This has been like highly coveted. For 2 years it's been out. It is Central Perk. And then it has all the characters. Like, I think it even has Gunther. Yeah, it's got all 6 characters and Gunther at Central Perk. It's 1,070 pieces. Anyways, this is the prize. I can't even show myself. That's how big it is. Ta-da! Kicking it off with a bang, courtesy of the unicorn. We love Friends. We have bonded over Friends ever since we started dating. You know I love it. It's the topic, the theme of my advent calendar this year. So comment down below, answer that question, and I'll pick one of you to win it. I can't wait to see your answers and also your excitement over that prize. I think it also goes with how much I preach about finding activities that get us like away from doom scrolling, and Lego would be one of them. So comment down below to win the Friends Lego, and I think I'm just gonna end the vlog here. Am I gonna end it here? He says no. Okay, BRB. We ate dinner and I forgot to show you, and I actually made a pretty delicious dinner, so I'm just gonna show you the burgers that I made, because I think these are hands down my favorite burgers to make at home, these veggie burgers. They're by Morningstar Farms. They are the roasted garlic and quinoa flavor. We just get them in the freezer section at Walmart. There's 4 in a bag and they're quite inexpensive. There's 7 grams of protein per, if that's something you're interested in. If you don't eat meat like myself and you don't eat eggs like myself, just make sure you get the quinoa ones and make sure they're the ones that say vegan on them, because not all the Morningstar ones are vegan. These are the only ones that are, and they're my absolute favorite. In fact, we had company this summer who are meat and dairy eaters. They loved these so much that at one point they went back and got more. So they're my fave. I can't remember how much they cost. Like maybe $6 for 4. Like it's very
They're on sale for $4.99, but they're like $6 something.
There you go. So these are my favorite. Also made some air fried potatoes and a salad. You missed all of it. My bad. We're getting back into the swing of things. It's only day 2. As you can hear from the crunching, Toodles is home. I was just about to cut this and thought, oh, have I ever shown you how I cut a pineapple? I forgot to show you dinner. I'd be curious to know how you cut a pineapple. I know there's a way that you can just like pull these out as chunks, but that's not what I do. I will show you how I do it in a little time lapse, because we all love a good time lapse. I'll show you what I'm watching while I made dinner and while I do this now. Ta-da, Frasier. Remember, we have this other advent calendar, so we have to find the number 2. Where's the number 2? Yes! Come here, you wanna open this? What's that? You gonna take that out? Like that? Should we read this book? It says, The Dinosaur Who Lost His Roar. Should we read it? Okay. We're gonna read this. I'm gonna say goodnight from Vlogmas Day 2. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you in the morning.